So this is the problem when you decide to do a video when you're halfway done working. So as you see, we have a cool looking system over here, has RGB and everything. It's finished, it's working, it's fine, but it didn't come in this way. So what I want to show you guys is some of the work I did on explaining some of the issues we ran into, or not what we ran into, but I ran into with this system. It was jerry-rigged together by a PC shop, nonetheless. And this is why you have to be careful, because a lot of these PC shops aren't really up to date as what enthusiasts are. They might give you warranty or some kind of guarantee, whereas an enthusiast building it isn't going to take a lot of time out of their day to give support, because that's not what they do. They're just trying to help you out. So you got to find somebody like me, essentially, that does do good support, that does have quick turnaround, that will go above and beyond just a simple RMA and actually get things in your hands quicker. But anyway, so I'm going to show you guys kind of what I've had to dealt with this, and just the things to be worried about if you're ever outsourcing computer build. So I hate to do this, but this is kind of why I want to do PC Budget Solutions, like officially. This is a computer that a customer of mine brought, and I already have it apart for the most part. I have to replace some things, but they had two fans up here, which is fine, and they were held in by 4 screws and 2 screws because they didn't want to take the top off because it wasn't easy to take off. This front fan, which was this one right here, okay, was placed inside, which obviously you can't do, with a screw right here, 1 screw halfway in. That's how it was secured. Power supply, okay? Never heard of it. You can get a decent power supply for 30, 40 bucks. Other than the fact this is an FX setup, which is garbage as it is, just, you know, this is why people don't like to go to computer shops. His wiring was okay, but it real dusty because it has negative air pressure, you know, not good choice components. We're doing a whole Ryzing overhaul with him. Nothing with the GPU because we're trying to stay, he has a GPU, which is okay. But we're doing a whole overhaul, and I'll show you guys the final product. So I cleaned it up a little bit. I still have, his doesn't have a power cord, so I didn't want to route that. But let's look at something. So the rear fan's not on. I have to install software for it. But I can't get it to reach a Molex connector up front. It's too short. But didn't even know he had RGB fans. Had the guy that built this plugged the fans that were up here, which I think was a bad spot for it, because now we have positive air pressure, right? Had he plugged them into Molex instead of the board, because it was an older board, so there is no RGB software for it, he didn't know that these were RGB. I'm actually going to try to plug these into the board once I get the software working back here so we can control it. But yeah, my mind's blown. Like, this is what gives shops bad names. Don't get me wrong. I'm charging 2 hours on top of parts. I'm making 80 bucks on this gig, okay? But I'm doing a good job. A lot of people don't. So here's the thing. There's a lot of people out there that have built 1, 2, 3, half a dozen computers, and they're on Linus Tech Tips and PC Budget Solutions and Gamers Nexus and Tom's Heart, or not Tom's Heart, Jay's 2 Cents and Paul and Kyle and all, and like really, they know what they're doing. What you have to be careful on with dealing with somebody that does it is support, right? If something goes wrong, are you going to wait to RMA it? And they'll help you with it. A lot of these people, they're good, hard people, but then you're down. So then you say, let's go to a shop that will go ahead and take care of the warranty. Well, then you can run to something like what this originally was, which is basically low-end parts. You know, he had a GTX 750, an FX 8300, no SSD. You know, the fans weren't plugged in right. You know, it was a whole sort of mess, right? But you go there because supposedly they're a shop and they should back it. So, you know, then what do? You go to CyberPower Digital Store. Well, CyberPower and iBuyPower, you'll get, you know, pretty good priced rate. But then they give you a warranty, 1 year, 2 year, whatever is included. But then you have to pay anywhere from $50 to $100 to ship it back if something's wrong. So there's definitely, it's hard, because I encourage you guys all to build your own computers, because it's not hard, it's fun, I enjoy it, and it gives you some skill. So if you're going to actually ask somebody else to do it, really try to research in the area who's some of the reputable people that will offer a good value and good support. Obviously, you know, in southwestern Pennsylvania, I'm one of them. There's others in my area that do offer pretty good services, pretty good support, but you have to find the right person. So just be careful. I do, like I said, I always do recommend building your own, but if it's your first time, you know, it's easy to put together, but it's hard to diagnose if something isn't working right. You know, you don't have a plethora of parts to troubleshoot, and then you're going on forums and asking, and you're going to get a lot of experienced and inexperienced people giving you advice. You get that a lot, unfortunately. I would really recommend going like Lions Tech Tips, for example, because usually a lot of people give pretty good advice there, some good veteran people. But that's it. This Ryzing system's up. It's a Ryzen 3 1300X, as you guys obviously have seen it. We're going 8 gigs of RAM. We upgraded to an SSD. We had to replace his hard drive because his hard drive in there as well had a broken SATA connector to it, and I don't know how that was working this whole time. Swapped out to an EVGA 500 watt. Not the best power supply, but better than the tin cans silver unit that was in there from a brand I've never heard of. So, you know, we were able to overhaul the system short of a really good graphics card. I think he paid, you know, actually I'm not going to disclose how much he paid, obviously, because that's personal. But we do have it up and running, and you know, he'll enjoy it, and we'll probably upgrade the graphics card in a few months, and then he'll have a really nice, solid gaming rig. So definitely stay tuned. I don't know if this video is going up before or after the 1300X versus the i3. I'm actually doing some testing with RAM right now, so that'll be a video after this one. But like the video if you liked it, disliked it. I'm going to put most of the stuff that I use in here in the description below. Exceptions of case. This case is a pain to work. It's nice, but I'm just not a fan. And subscribe. So otherwise, this is Steve from PC Buddy Solutions. Have a good holiday if I don't have a lot of videos prior. And I'll see you all later on down the road.